Okay guys, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the hob drive system. So this is running on the Chinese units on the E46, so just go to GPS. Okay, so this is a hob drive system as it's running currently in the car. Engine's running, as you can see. RPM's changing there. So this is my front screen. You've got the fuel level, fuel economy, battery voltage, acceleration given in meters per second squared, speed, RPM, coolant temperature is in Fahrenheit, intake air in Fahrenheit. Air temperature sensor doesn't work on this car for the OBD settings. You can flick through when you hit the top, or you can slide the screen, as I'm doing there, as you probably know from the iPhones, etc. I find it easier actually just to hit the top. So it comes up with a trip computer here, total trip time, idle time for the engine. Idle time actually works for when the engine's sitting still and up to speeds of 3 miles an hour. All these settings are adjustable. Fuel per hour, consumed miles per gallon. Kind of don't really understand that one, but it's kind of new. Fuel economy instant, as it says. Combined fuel economy MPG. I actually find that once it's all set up, it actually is very, very accurate. Much more accurate than the own computer in the car, because you can compensate for load from engine load, lambda values, etc. Also, if you move on, we've got some fuel details. So this is actually quite accurate as well. It works out how much it costs, total cost for the journey that you're on. The system has an auto trip system, which basically you can choose either trip A, trip B. Auto trip basically means that every time the car is started, say it stopped for less than 10 minutes, it's still within the same kind of trip, so calculate the full cost. It's in euros here. Unfortunately the programmer is Russian, so he's only done it in dollars, euros and risky rubles, I presume. But it doesn't matter, it's just the euros sign here. I mean, all the calculations are done for the English, the fuel cost, etc. Yeah, so moving on here, we've got tank details of the current tank, what's in the tank at the moment, also very accurate once it's been set up, initialized properly. You have to put in every time you fill up. It's not connected to the fuel sensor as such in the car, so you have to tell it how much fuel you've added, but it's very easy to do that. I'll show you that in a bit. So here we've got how much fuel is in the tank, how many gallons, what's the odometer reading at, fueling time based upon, well, it's idling at the moment, so 5 hours worth of idle time left in the tank basically, plus averaging at what speed I was driving at before. Distance in the tank, 104 miles it says here. On my computer in the car it's saying 111. Fairly accurate. Maximum coolant temperature. The max speed there is actually given in kilometers an hour. That is not miles per hour. In case, as my missus thought I was driving at 168 miles an hour at some point. Anyway, average speed there. Now we get to the interesting functions here. So you press the screens down here. It probably might not come up so well for you guys. It goes away again, but you can see different levels. So you got Diagnostics screen here. So if you go in here, it's an OBD scanner, so it actually connects into, and you can check all your readings here for any MAL, check engine lamps, clear them, etc, etc. Warning conditions are ones that are the system generated. So for example, if your coolant ever went over a certain level, you can preset those alarms. But the rest of them are directly from the car's ECU. Very, very useful. Very useful. I mean, if you guys have got this Dynavin system, I don't see the reason why you shouldn't have hob drive, really. You can also check out your fuel trims here. what's going on with the fuel trims, useful for diagnosing problems in the car, guys with manifold problems, etc. Your O2 sensor or lambda readings, you can check them as well. So this is what's going on with the oxygen sensors, etc. Useful for diagnostics. Interesting. Some of the guys will love this. I love this. Quarter mile time starts automatically when you drive the car. Stops obviously when you reach the quarter mile. Gives you a history as well. You can save it. You can upload it. Excellent. Also got 0 to 60 time. Starts obviously when you go. Stops when you stop. Stops when you reach 60. Gives you the time. Braking time gives you a readout from how long it's taken you to stop from X miles per hour. Gives you in kilometers an hour. It gives full history. Phillips and events gives you a history of all your Phillips and events in the car. Basically, as you can see there. Obviously, some of the settings that you're seeing there aren't correct as well. I've been calibrating the system. Road tax and stuff, I've just been messing around with stuff there just now, but you can get full history. You can print that out as well onto a CSV if you want to, or you're that way inclined. This I find useful as well. It gives you a full sensor list. Okay, so all the sensors in the car, what they're currently doing. You can turn them on by clicking on each of the sensor names themselves. Okay, fuel system status, fuel pressure, intake manifold pressure. Sorry, I lost a thing there. So yeah, so it gives you instant readings. You can also press on it and a dialog box pops up. You probably can't see that there, and gives you instantaneous readings there. Okay. Then we can go to a list of independent sensors. I've turned the head-up display function on there. Okay, got rid of the HUD there. Now I'm just going to give you a quick overview of sensors. So basically like the sensors list, but giving you live values as you go along. It's fantastic. Different settings for the car. So OBD port settings, it works off two. You can choose to have either it running off and Bluetooth, or as I've got it set up with USB. I find the USB is actually faster. It updates settings a lot easier. Vehicle settings, to input all your stuff in there. I'll give you a quick overview of what that looks like. Probably can't see it that well because the screen's maybe flickering, but we've got vehicle name there, BMW obviously, what year of the car, what make, 330 M Sport, all different options there. The cool thing is when you're configuring your car, if you click on one of the options, it will tell you what that option is actually for, what it's doing and what calculations it's using for that, which is good. So yeah, easy to install. As I say, I'm arranging a group discount if guys want to buy it. PM me. Anyway, thanks for watching.